I'm about to give you an incredibly powerful 3-word maxim that you can use to help you understand the role that emotion needs to play in your sales, in your marketing, in your copywriting, in your sales letters, landing pages, emails, Facebook ads, wherever you're putting out messages. Here's how emotion. Here is the critical role that emotion must play if you want your advertising, your marketing, your sales messages, your persuasive messages to be maximally persuasive. 3 words, the maxim is emotion frames logic. Emotion frames logic. Emotion frames logic. You can write that down. So if you imagine a great masterpiece of art, that is, a painting that is created, and it is put in a terrible frame, it is probably going to be disregarded when seen. Whereas that same piece of art displayed on a wall in just the right way, with the right frame, lighting as a frame, being lit the correct way, being presented in the optimal way, that art is going to be revered. You take a painting like the Mona Lisa, and some people may recognize it as great if it's not in a frame. That one's maybe not the best example because everybody knows the Mona Lisa, but you take something on par with the Mona Lisa, and you're going to find that art experts are able to recognize what makes this great outside of a frame. But it's once you put the frame around it and you present it in the right way, that it truly gets the attention of the masses. And so when I say emotion frames logic, you can have the best logic in the world to support your selling argument. You can have the best proof. In fact, I teach I have a training called Proof, Credibility, and Believability that's all about the 26 different types of proof that you can include in your marketing. And they are critically important to back up all of your claims and your promises with proof. However, that's not enough to persuade your market. It's what you have to do to close, but it is not enough to make the sale on its own. You have to frame all of that proof and all the logic that supports the prospect buying your product or service inside an emotional story, inside an emotional narrative that they're able to feel, that they're able to experience, and that they're able to associate themselves with, so that they can then choose to engage with the logic, choose to bring in the proof into how they're thinking about it. And of course, you've heard the saying, I'm sure, that people make their decisions based on emotion and then justify it with logic or rationality. And that's absolutely true. But from a marketing perspective, from a messaging perspective, from a copywriting and selling perspective, it's your job not to just recognize that as true, but to put the emotional frame around your logic so that when you develop the logical argument that supports somebody buying your product or service, you have to think about, okay, what is the emotion that's going to frame this, that's going to draw the attention in? How am I going to emotionally present the experience of having this problem unsolved, or this opportunity slipping through the prospect's fingers, right? How am I going to convey that in the most emotional way? Often it's with story. Often it's with a story of you going through the emotions, or of a prospect, or of a former prospect who became a client going through the emotions as they sought to solve the problem and then found you as the solution that they needed. And the better that you can do to frame every logical argument you have inside a compelling emotion that aligns with the emotions that the prospect is already feeling. So they have this problem, this challenge that they're facing. They want an opportunity on a deep level. They want what the opportunity can get them. If you can recognize that through prospect research, through figuring out like what it is that they're actually saying about this, like the symptoms of the problem, or the opportunity that they feel like they're not able to seize yet. If you can figure out what they're saying about that, and you can figure out the right story that connects with them on that front, and you retell that from your perspective based on your experience, and then you use that to open up the line of communication so that you can say, here is the logical path to solving the problem, or here is the logical path to pursuing this opportunity. And then importantly, you come back around, because the frame goes all the way around, right? The frame goes all the way around. So you come back around in the end to actually close the sale with that same emotion that you opened with. That's what it takes to create a incredibly compelling sales message that is framed with emotion and has logic at its core. And when you do that right, you're just going to have prospects who say, I feel like this person understands me. I feel like this person tells me, like, I feel like they're reading my mind. I feel like they get me in my heart. And oftentimes, like, that's the moment where they're not just a customer now. They don't just buy the product or service today, but they're like a long-term fan and advocate and proponent of you. And they'll keep coming back for more and more and more. So think about that. Think about how can you frame the logic of your selling argument with emotion. And I encourage you, I'll include links to a couple different BTMS Insiders trainings in the description. You get access to all of them with an all-access pass, but I'll include that proof, credibility, and believability, as well as my story selling masterclass, which is all about the different types of stories that you can use to draw in both the emotion and to support your selling argument with logic, and emotional direct response copywriting, which is another powerful program on how you can use emotion to drive sales through copywriting. My name is Roy Furr. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Leave a comments below with your biggest takeaway or questions, or just to say hi. Also, make sure you click that like button before you go so you get more content like this delivered to you. Also, so the magical algorithms of the internet know to share it with more people like you. If you know somebody who would get value out of this, share it with them directly. Just share it with them. And subscribe. You can follow me here. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com to get my daily emails, articles, videos, etc. Monday through Friday. Again, my name is Roy Furr. Check out the links in the description. This has been a video issue of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. I hope you got a lot of value, and I hope that you are thinking about how you can frame your selling messages, the logic of your selling message, which is critically important, that you can justify the sale with logic, but how you can frame that and really shine the right spotlight on it and put it in the right light with the proper emotional appeal as well. All right, I'll see you in the next video. See you soon. Bye.